Hey, welcome back to Watch With Me. Today I'll be reviewing The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 11, Episode 19. There's so many different Real Housewives that it gets messed up in my mind. But while we're reviewing today, just in case you're like me and when you watch these reviews, you want to laugh and you want to kick back and just not think about what's happening in your day to day. That's what I do when I watch a lot of these reviews, and that's what I do when I watch the shows. I don't think any of us are watching it in order to, become better people. Like there's not much that you can learn from the Real Housewives. So it's definitely used as a distraction. And part of my distraction is smoking. I love to smoke weed. I love my blunts. So join me, get your blunt. If you smoke out of a bowl or a bong, or if you have one of those pens, I don't smoke that. But if you have one of those pens, go ahead and light that up or turn it on. I think I smoked out of those things once. I also made some black cherry juice. It's really good. Oh, it's good for you. It's full of super antioxidants, and it's just so good. You can feel it cleanse your soul. So I have some black cherry juice. I'm gonna smoke my blunt, so I'm gonna light that up with you now, and then we are going to review The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 11, Episode 19. And this episode, it was kind of dope. I didn't mind it. It was boring, but I mean, they not all of them can be filled with that contrived drama. So I do like how it's rolling so far. I like that it's showing a bit more about these people. Not too much because we still don't know anything. Excuse me, we still don't know anything about Marlo. So, I mean, it's not really showing that much, but I feel like it's so far so good. It's a good season. I absolutely adore Shamari DeVoe. I think she's adorable. Let me know what you think of her. Comment below. I think she's a good addition. I find her way better than Marlo, so I'm glad that she has a peach as opposed to Marlo. I feel like Marlo is desperate. This is not the Desperate Housewives, Marlo. It's the Real Housewives. Like, calm down. But it's lit. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So this is the Real Housewives, season 11, episode 19. And this one, I think it aired a couple of days ago, or maybe yesterday, I'm not sure, or last night. But yeah, so we start off again. We're at Eva's wedding. It's part two. Eva's wedding. We're finishing up. We see her getting into these beautiful old-fashioned cars, and all her guests are happy. She looks happy and beautiful with her husband. I think it's Mike. They show us pictures of her at or in her honeymoon, or while she was on her honeymoon in Centira, Greece. Centurina, Greece. It looked really pretty, and she looked absolutely stunning. She has gorgeous skin. Like her skin just it highlights so easily. Like she doesn't need much, and I love that about women. So good for you, Eva. You are beautiful. So they spent their time sightseeing, according to Eva, and doing what married couples do. Love it up at each other as much as they can before they have to go back home to the babies. And I hear that. I hear it. I laugh because I'm single. But if I go and get a hotel room, you damn sure better believe that bed is knocking in there like there's a couple going at it. I'm telling you, like I'm having myself a good time, my man there or not. I'm gonna do me. But anyway, so that's what they did. I don't know why we went into that, but when you get stoned, you say some crazy shit. So then we also see, and I have my notes in front of me. So if you see me looking over, it's because I'm looking over at my notes. Also, when I'm smoking, I like to I don't know why I light candles. It just make whatever environment I'm in currently really, really pleasant. Like right now, I'm in my bathroom, which is right off of my kids' room, which is why you see those blue lights. That's their closet. There's like a little walk-in closet right there, and then you can walk through to their bedroom, which is huge. They have a huge room, and they need it because there's three of them sharing a room. And my bedroom is big, but it doesn't. It's not attached to the bathroom. And I don't have a closet like that. I have a closet, but not the walk-in. But so yeah, we see clips. I don't even know what I was talking about. That's why you shouldn't be smoking and recording a video. But we see clips of Portia doing yoga, Cynthia and Mike throwing axes. And my first thought when I saw Cynthia throwing that axe was, homegirl, you are way too dingy for that. Like, do not pick up anything sharp, Cynthia. You know, like, I'm not saying she's not smart or sharp. She's just not sharp enough to actually pick up a sharp object and be able to handle that sharp object. You know what I mean? Does anybody else gather that about Cynthia? Is it just me? I wouldn't want to leave her around a whole bunch of nights and having her throw it at some. No, no, Cynthia, leave it alone. But anyway, she was being cute for her man, and I found it cute. I think she's adorable. So then we see Shamari and Ronnie. They're having like a little time together, a little married couple time, and they're in this salt spa with, you know, like the Himalayan pink salt. I want to try one of those so badly. I want to go. I want to go to a Himalayan salt bath or a salt spa because I say bath because I actually do. I'll take ground up Himalayan salt. I'll actually put it into my bath water, which is really good for your skin, really purifying. But I want to actually like lay out on a salt rock and like feel that energy, feel that warmth. And I actually have how many? I have one in my office, and then three around my home. There's three, or no, two. I apologize. There's two in my home. So I have one downstairs in the living room, a salt lamp, and then one in my bedroom, which is facing the hallway where my kids walk through and stuff like that. Not this one, but the hallway outside of here. And like, you know what I'm talking about. But those things are really purifying. And once I put it, and I bought this right before Christmas last year. But once I put it into my living room, I mean, I swear to you, the whole energy shifted. I felt a very natural change within the flow of my downstairs. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So if it can do that much work, this small rock, it's about this big, about this wide. But if it could do that much work, then I really want to try the spas. But anyways, we see Shamari and Roddy there. They're so cute. They're in love, happy. It's just a short clip of them at this salt spa. So then we see Nene, and she's in her car at Marlo's house. And she calls up Greg to let him know, you know, make sure that he's good or whatever, make sure that he knows where she's at. And Greg tells her, you know, hurry back because I need you here. You know, and Nene just like, she gives like this depressive sigh, like, oh, okay, well, I'll see you soon. You know, like that type of, like she doesn't feel like dealing with it. And I mean, I know we are supposed to be empathetic towards Nene right now and Greg, which I am, but it just feels exhausting when you're watching somebody just drain their own energy based off the thoughts going on in their head because of a partner being ill. And I really feel like, and I'll get into this more later, but I really feel like where Nene is coming from is I'm used to seeing my man one way and now he's completely opposite. I really wasn't expecting, you know, through sickness and health part of my vows. I knew that he might get the flu, but I really wasn't expecting it to this extent. And she, like she's mentioned many times, she's not a good caretaker. So for her, she's not, that's not what in her mind she envisioned the later years of her life, those retirement years of our lives. She wanted a man that was active, that could still dance with her, laugh with her, be up drinking with her, you know, still get it on with her type of thing. And that's not what he could do right now. And it's completely throwing her for a loop. And I recently saw, and I apologize for getting so off, but just listen. I recently saw an article, and I think it was on Media Takeout, and it said that Nene thinks that Greg's cancer is payback to him cheating on her. And I did not read the article. because I feel like that's devil type shit. You don't ever say a sickness is brought on by God. You know, like that's brought on by our choices, our bodies, the environment, all of those things conflicting with one another can bring these type of issues on, especially when you're dealing with stresses in your life. That those things will manifest more. So I didn't even want to interest myself in that type of or entertain that type of conversation. But in the back of my mind, it got me thinking that karma does work in mysterious ways. And we all know that. But karma provides lessons as opposed to dealing with punishments. That's a God thing. And I don't think cancer is a punishment. I feel like for some it's actually a blessing. It's taught them how to be more empathetic towards people, so therefore a lesson. But in this side of it, I feel like the karma, if karma was to come at somebody, it was to teach them a lesson. And it could be possibly that Nini is the one to learn a lesson from this. That it's you that is supposed to learn, because it could happen to you. This could be you. You know, that possibility is there for all of us. And you do not want somebody treating you in the way that you're treating Greg. And you want to be able to understand what somebody's going through and hear their pain and understand that that pain is not manifesting from anything that you're doing. It's manifesting from an illness that is uncontrollable, that they can know, that their bodies cannot control. Therefore, their minds are having trouble controlling themselves, their emotions, all of it, all of those little components combined are causing these issues to manifest in this person, whether that be anger, frustration, confusion, exhaustion. All these issues are manifesting from that one nugget of problem, the illness. And so I feel like when I saw that, I'm like, who's Karma really, though? You know? And when you see her and hear her, it makes you even more exhausted. So anyways, Nini's at Marlo's house. She's in the driveway. You know, she calls Greg, tells him where she's at. He says, hurry back home. She's like, whatever. So she goes inside Marlo's house, and it's this huge spread of food, which looked delicious. I love food. So for me, I'm like, oh, I wish I could get a plate. And Marlo looked cute. Her wig looked really cute. Her outfit looked cute. She seemed excited to finally have this role of hosting and having the cameras and really having that attention, especially since she had something to present to everybody. Like she actually had something. So they, of course, needed somebody else there to make the drama feel like it's going to be good. They have a couple of outlets where this information can get back to Eva. So they invite Tanya. Even though they know Tanya and Marlo, they don't match. They would never kick it outside of this scene here. And I don't really think Nini likes Tanya. I think Nini low-key cannot stand her and was like, why did I bring this loud, obnoxious person on here? But Tanya's cool. You know, she's sweet. She just wants to be happy. She just wants everybody to get along. Who doesn't like a person like that? And I feel like the only people that wouldn't like a person like that is the ones that don't want to see people get along. You know, they want attention just for themselves type of feel. And if that's my friend, that's my friend. I don't want her talking to you. You know, like I want her to be a little standoffish until she gets to know you through what I say. You know, like that's what Nini feels like. And Tanya's not like that. She'd be accepting of everybody and cool to everybody. So, of course, they're not going to be down for a chick like that. But Tanya shows up, and Marlo quickly gets her drink. She was like, sit down, bitch, because I got something to say. And prior to even Tanya coming, she was starting to talk about Eva, and then Tanya pops her happy ass up. So they sit her down, and Marlo immediately goes into, you know, she heard from one of the bridesmaids at Eva's wedding that Eva's a fraud. She's a con woman. Oh, they clutched their non-existent pearls. They said, excuse me, heifer. They said, or Marlo tells them that, you know, Eva has a CPN number. And I even know what that, I had no idea what that is. And when I heard about it, I was like, I'm trying to Google shit. I said, my credit's fucked up. I didn't know. The more money, more problems. I get it, but less money is still the same motherfucking problems. Can I get a CPN? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was confused. But, you know, by them airing this, Everybody's looking for a CPN number because Tanya said it. Everybody's bankrupt. We all have issues. Well, I'm not bankrupt. I don't have any money to become bankrupt, so I guess it's a blessing. It's a blessing being broke. So then, as Marla's telling them, she said, well, hold on, because I can bring a receipt. Let's hear it from the heifer's mouth herself. So she dials the bridesmaid up, and in one of those disguise voices, that they use like for Crime Watch Daily, like when they don't want the person to be known, they gave the bridesmaid that kind of voice, and it made it sound like a gay dude. So she calls up the bridesmaid, and the bridesmaid is going off, saying how Eva doesn't live in the house that she supposedly is filming in, that she lives in a whole different other rental property that is run down and disgusting. She says that she's broke, that she couldn't afford that wedding, and that all the other bridesmaids don't talk to her. She said she fell out with everybody. Nobody talks to her. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, why are you guys telling me this? Blah, blah, blah. So they just kind of end the scene with them talking shit about Eva and Eva's wedding. So then we go to Candy. We're at Candy, I guess the basement of her house. I don't know. We're at Candy's house. And her mom was there, Ace, Todd, Riley. And they're all chilling. And they're discussing the soft opening of OLG. She's saying how exciting she is about it. Blah, 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 blah. So then Candy decides to tell her at that time and tell her mama that she has finally decided that they're going to go through with the surrogacy that they've been discussing. And her mama's like, oh, okay. Like mama is just like, okay. I still don't agree with Todd, even though you guys have a 2-3-year-old running around here. I still don't agree with Todd. So they're talking about it, and her mama, like I said, doesn't seem very excited about it. So Riley says to her, what do you think? Like, what do you think about them going through with surrogacy? And her mama said, it's not my decision. It's their decision. It's not our decision. And then Riley goes into making a really good point, and I thought very maturely that, they have Ace, and they still cannot spend as much time as they want to with Ace. So why going into surrogacy and having more children? What makes you think that you're going to be able to spend time with that child? And Candy's like, listen, Ace is fine. And so are you. Like, I can do this. You're fine. And so will be these babies. And so Riley, is still not feeling it. Then the mama jumps in. She said, listen, Riley, as a parent losing a child, my regret is not having more. So if that's what your mama wants to do, that's what your mama wants to do. And Riley hears her and she recognizes it, but she's like, still, I don't agree with it. It's still y'all's decision. If this is something that you are up to, just be sure about it. But, I'm going to support from a distance is the feel that I got. And Candy just does not care. She's going forward with it. She was like, she'll get over it when she meets her sisters. And I said, spoken like a mama. Spoken like a mama. So then we go to Portia. And she's with her party planner and Dennis. And I think Dennis is a very attractive man. And I think that him and Portia, they make a really good looking couple. And they look like a very strong couple. And we haven't seen much of their relationship. So I can't say for sure like what their relationship is about, like get a read on it. But outside looking in, that woman looks really happy, and I'm happy for her, and I'm happy for him. So we're at the party planner, and they're discussing the theme that Portia wants for her gender reveal party, and she wants it to be a carnival feel. She wants this thing popping off the hook. Give me the fireworks, jugglers. I want ice cream machines and popcorn machines. Like, she wants this thing off the hook, full with color. And then she tells us, that the only person that knows of this gender is the manager, is Portia's manager. So she doesn't know what the gender is going to be. So only the manager has an idea. So she will be the one to actually specifically give the color of what this party will be, like when they reveal the gender. And they're like, well, how do you want it revealed? And she's like, maybe fireworks, and I was like, actually, that's a good idea. Popping blue or pink fireworks. I think that's really dope. But so yeah, they're just discussing that, and then the party planner says, well, budget, like how much are you thinking? How much do you want to spend? And Portia's like, I don't know. I don't know. And I was like, I wish I could say that. Somebody says how much you want to spend. I'm like, how much you want to spend? You tell me, so that way we're both surprised. I'm not spending shit. Like, what do you mean? How much you want to spend? But, she was, I don't know, boo. Add it up. Add up everything, and then let us know, and then we'll discuss or whatever. So her and Dennis sit down, and they both look kind of uncomfortable. They have their popcorn. Okay. Because money is about to be talked about. Why not? Everybody gets uncomfortable when you're discussing money. So he's like, basically like, we have what left? The baby shower. I think he said an engagement party, all this other stuff. And she's like, mm-hmm. And then he gets into discussing, well, what about a prenup? And Portia's like, I'm not even thinking about that. And then they're also talking about the living situation. What are they going to do about where they're going to live? And Dennis wants to stay in the city. He's down for being with Portia. He's down for the baby. But he wants to stay in the city. He wants his city/married life. And Portia is listening. And done like a true queen, she said, well, and she presented it so well. She's such a bright, smart young lady. Or woman. I say young lady like she's older than me. But woman. And or younger than me. The fuck is wrong with me? It's the bud. Oh, by the way, I smoke Blue Dream. This little roach. Let me just go ahead and puff on that. But so yeah, she lets him talk, and like I said, spoken like a true queen. She lets him know, I love my home. I already bought the things for our home. That was once my home, but now it will be our home, because it makes no sense of buying all that stuff to move it into a tinier place in this city only for us to once move again. No, where I live is beautiful, and where you will be living in my home, which will now be our home, is going to be lovely. Okay? And it was perfect. It was perfect, and you just felt him like, it's my queen. Like, I like that. I love that vibe that they have. And if that could be a gauge on the relationship as a viewer, then I feel like they have just such a lovely one. And I look forward to vibing with a man like that one day. Again, possibly in the future. I read cards, tarot cards, and mine said something interesting about that. Maybe I'll do a video on that and read my cards. But anyway, so after we see I get nervous with this ball. I want it to burn my lip. But so now we're with Candy and Eva, and they're meeting up at a restaurant. And the waitress comes over, and the first thing Eva orders is liquor. She's like, get me this drink. Candy's drink is fried collard greens. She went immediately for the and I was here. I was like, yes. As a person that drinks as well, I love food. I love good food. I'm thinking about food as I'm talking to you. I've been thinking about it this whole time. I'm like, damn, why didn't I get some chips up here? Or why didn't I make this? Or I'm thinking about what I'm making for dinner tonight, which is baked mac and cheese and some veggies on the side. So I'm thinking about all of that as I'm sitting here talking to you. And it's now been 24 minutes. So let me hurry up. So they talk about the wedding a little bit. Eva's telling her that one of the bridesmaids choked out the wedding planner, Shanita. I said, I wish I was there. But I love shit like that. I love shit like that. Okay, so anyway, so Eva then proceeds to tell her that she's no longer her Shanita, who she called a sister. her and Shanita are no longer cool anymore. They fell out. And Candy's like, what, child? Oh, no. And Eva's like, yeah, she showed her true colors. I don't know what happened. Eva didn't really explain that well. But, yeah, they're no longer cool. Eva, proceeds to tell Candy that she's moving from one rental property to another because what her and Mike want to do is eventually buy some land and build on that land because it seems to be cheaper than just purchasing a house straight out. And Candy, being the money guru that she is, spotted a sheep in wolf's clothing. She said, nope. Or a wolf in sheep's clothing. I don't know. But she spotted it. She clocked it. She said, wait a second, that don't make no sense. One rental property to another rental property? That doesn't make sense to me, boo. Something else is going on, but none of my business. I'm going to laugh and kiki with you, which is what she did. So she goes and says, well, how long? When do you leave? And Eva's like, oh, just within the next couple of days, I plan on being out. Candy says, the next couple of days? I died. I was like, Candy, relax. But yeah, so Eva is checking out. And let me see. So yeah, they basically just talk about Eva's wedding and how Eva's moving. Candy doesn't believe it, and scene ends. So now we're at OLG. They're literally in the building, all three ladies of the old lady gang. And the man that's showing them what they're going to be doing during the soft opening, cutting strawberries, talking with the guests, kikiing with everybody. Then he goes through and he's like, all right, ladies, you ready? Are you excited? And he goes to high five everybody. And Aunt Bertha at the end, she said, with her backhand, here comes his. She's like, and just like did not give two fucks in the world about this man. I laughed. I died. And then we go to Nene and Greg's. They're in the kitchen making drinks. And Nene's like, you want some ice in this? And Greg's like, oh, no, I can't have ice. You know, I can't have anything cold touching me. And so Nene makes the drinks. You know, I think he just has some orange juice, which is good. The vitamin C is good. And they go and sit down on the couch. And Greg is like, uh-oh, that face don't look good. And Nene looks really nervous. Like, she didn't want to talk about it, but she was, like, kind of forced to have to. She's playing with her wig. And they're just sitting there. And she's like, listen. And goes in on him. You're being mean. You don't know how this is affecting me. Your behavior every day. And how you talk to me. And how this is just wearing on me. And blah, blah, blah. And Greg is like, okay, I hear you, babe. And I'm sorry. But this illness is draining and it's emotional, and because of that, you know, it's making me act out. And Nene, I don't know if she heard him or just did not give a fuck, but she just continued to talk about how it was affecting her and how he needed to understand her position, her. And it's like, yo, you are so selfish. I will never, as an empathetic person, be able to sit here across from somebody that's going through an illness and talk about how they're affecting me. It's called communication, a partnership. So you say, this is how your behavior is affecting me. Although I understand, I need you to be more cognizant of the way that you're speaking to me. Try, so that way it can start curing you. Put out possibilities, options, solutions, you know, and then a goal to work towards. By you changing this behavior, you can also attack the disease in a positive way mentally, because you're not going to allow it to affect your mind. You control you. So when you're recognizing that you're getting stressed out or angry, and you make a positive step of saying, I will not speak to somebody that way, then you're helping this disease. You're making sure that it stays down, that it does not continue to grow. You know, small steps to make big steps. And instead of offering that, she's just like, well, forget what you have to say. It's about me. And Greg is still so kind, such a loving husband. He takes her hands. He's like, listen, I need you to walk through this journey with me. And I'm sorry. You know, I'll be more aware. I'll be more here. I'll be more present. But I want to see you laugh. I want to see you smile. I want to see that old Nene. And I'm just like, what about the old Greg? What about you, Greg? I get it. Nene is your wife, your queen. That's a beautiful bond and a type of relationship that I don't quite understand as of yet. All I know is how to treat another human being. And thus far, within that, what is being shown to us, it's not very, it's not very kind. It's not very good, Greg. And I'm sorry that you're going through that. It's just really, it's a sad situation to discuss because you don't know who is right, who is wrong. Because as a person that's never walked through that disease, a person that has never walked with anybody through that disease, I cannot understand either footing. So I'm just speaking just purely from the perspective that's given to me. So either way, I feel bad for both of them, and it's a very hard thing to discuss. So moving on, we're at the soft opening of OLG. TV minutes later, it is now the soft opening like that. We have everybody walking in. They all look really cute and ready for the soft opening. Nobody's like crazy dressed. And then they show a really cute clip of Shamari and Ronnie walking in. I mean, it was just a few seconds, but they looked so good together. Just really good together. I thought they look like a high school couple going into like the old shop and like kicking it with everybody. They looked really good. The part of the opening, and it brought it together. I loved it. So they all sit down. Candy got everybody at a table. They're all sitting down. Yummy food is being passed around. They're all talking. And then Tanya turns and says, "I need some privacy with Eva." And Eva's like, "A private conversation? Okay." So they go outside and Tanya and Eva sit down, and Tanya's smart. She knows how to communicate. So she starts with the pleasantries. "You look so great. How was the wedding? It was fun. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, love, love, love." And then Eva's like, "Okay, well, we didn't come out here to talk about this. So what's up? Tell me what's going on." So Tanya's a little nervous because this has been weighing heavily on her. She doesn't know how to present this type of thing to somebody. And she doesn't know how somebody will react to hearing something like this. So she says to her straight up, "We're at Marla's house." Sorry, I'm putting some coconut oil. I'm repairing my lips. They've been really dry. But she says, what happened at Marlo's house? We were all discussing what happened at your wedding and how, a bridesmaid is going around talking about you and saying that you don't have the money that you supposedly have. You're broke and you have all this thing going on, blah, blah, blah. And Eva's like, "Wait a second, how would anybody know?" Wait, now, hold on. Let me tell you what happened. Shanita, the wedding planner, and she told her straight up everything that Shanita did and how Shanita's going around, just slamming her name. And it's really disturbing, but she knows that it's her. It's not a mystery. She knows who it's coming from. And so it seemed like the conversation between Tanya and Eva, it seemed like Eva wasn't that upset. Like she recognized where this information was coming from and why. And so we're back inside and we hear Nene showing up. She's saying hello to everybody. And then all of a sudden, Eva comes up behind with her drink in hand. "Give me my purse. Give me my purse." She's like, "I'm out. Bye. Nope, not doing this. Bye." And she goes out of here. She's like, "Get the fuck out of here. I'm not doing this." She's like, "I'm calling Mike. She gets in the car. She calls Mike. You see her racing off, really upset. And then Tanya goes back to the table. Nene's sitting there. Everybody's talking. And she's like, "Oh, I feel really bad. Like I killed the party. I feel bad." And everybody's like, "What happened?" Nobody even knew what happened. Then she's like, "Eva left." They're like, "Eva left?" They were shocked. They didn't even know Eva was gone. So Tanya went and said something when she didn't even have to. And then she brought on the wrath of people too. Because everybody's like, what happened? What? And so she goes into saying, she's like, "Listen, I told her," and Nene's sitting right next to her. She's like, "I told her what happened at Marlo's house when Nene and I were there, and the bridesmaid saying this." And Nene's like, "Wait, hold up. You said something?" You shouldn't have said anything when I told you I was going to tell her. That was my conversation with her and I, not between you and her. What made you think you had to say something? And Tanya's like, well, I thought because, I was there and it's something that she needed to know. And Nini's like, Nini was pissed. She was like, I told you that needed to come from me. She would be upset by information like this. And that's a conversation that she needed to have, her and I. And so then Marlo shows up, and Marlo sits down, and her voice, her masculine, dignified voice, what happened? I was like, whoa, Marlo's arrived. I like the wig, though. And yeah, so they're all just sitting there gossiping about Eva, and Tanya's trying to explain her position and why she said something. And then Cynthia, they gave her confessional, and she's like, I had dinner with Tanya, and I know that was something that was weighing heavy on her. And if I was in her shoes, I probably would have said it too. Basically, like, I would have done it too. I don't see the wrong of what she did. So meanwhile, while this is all happening and Marlo's trying to figure out what's going on, Tanya's trying to get over everybody else's voice and try to tell everybody what's happening, Nini's calling Eva on the phone. And she's at the table and she makes an announcement basically. Now, hold on, Eva. I'm talking to Eva. Okay, I'm going to get up. I'm going to go outside because I can't hear you over these ladies gossiping about what had happened. And what had happened was, let me just stand up and go outside, Eva. And I'm like, why is Nini announcing that she's on the phone with Eva? So she goes outside and she's like, now, Eva, now listen to me, darling. She sounded like she was in the fried green tomatoes. She's like, listen. Now, you should not have run away because somebody here is talking about how you're broke and have CPN numbers to purchase a vehicle. You should not be walking away. You need to face this. And Eva's like, listen, I'm not paying attention to none of those petty bitches. I can't even get it out because the way it sounded when I heard it, it was hilarious. But she's like, I'm not trying to talk with those petty bitches. And Nini's like, listen, those ladies are not talking shit about you at all. So she's like, cut the bullshit. Like, let's talk it out. You need to come back here. And Eva's like, I'll talk to you and I'll talk to you alone. No mics, no cameras, nothing. I'll talk to you. So Nini goes back inside to tell everybody that she's going to go outside and talk to Nini or Eva. She's out in the parking lot. So she's going to go out there and talk to her. She wants to talk to her alone. So she goes outside and you hear Nini talking with production saying, well, she said no mics. She said no cameras. I got to keep the mic on. She's going to be mad. Ooh. So she goes down there, mic and all, to where Eva and Eva's husband, Michael, is. And Nini is mic'd up and she's talking to Eva and she's like, listen, you control the narrative. You go and tell these bitches what's going on for real, blah, blah, blah. And Mike's like, I was telling her that too. And he mentions how the FBI is involved, how this guy is the donor, which is who Eva's scared of, the baby's father. This is where it supposedly all comes back to, is the baby's father of her oldest daughter. How the FBI is involved with him because he is a stalker. He is absolutely insane and crazy. So Nini's like, well, shit, own it. You need to go tell these ladies so they stop talking about it. So Eva goes back in with it and she's ready. She's like, I control the narrative, bitches. So she tells them, I'm scared of him. The FBI is involved. I have restraining orders against myself, husband, kids, and parents against this man. So he's absolutely insane. So I live at multiple addresses because of it. And Marlo's not buying it. She's like, if you are really scared, that scared, you post up all the time of your appearances. You talk about where you are going, when you will be there, what time you are leaving. You have pictures everywhere of what you do. So she's not really believing that this man is that much a security threat. She's really thinking something else is going on. And she's kind of calling Eva out on it. And Eva's holding it, but she's just letting it know. It is what it is. This is how real as you're going to get. It's TV. I'm not putting all my business out there. So this is as real as you're going to see me. And Marlo's like, all right, well, keep it real then. And Eva's like, I did. And I am. And I will. As much as I want to for television. And that's where the episode ends. is with Marlo and Eva basically squashing this fraudulent beef about her being broke and a con man and bankrupt. And honestly, I get it. I understand that it's important to have money in order to be on these shows because you're putting out a lifestyle, and you're kind of influencing the masses at this time. You have seen an uptick in mothers out there wearing the jeans with the heels all the time. That has been on the up and up since the Real Housewives have come out. I've even fallen victim to it during the day, going out there in jeans and pumps and wondering as I'm doing it, why? Why did I do that to my feet? So I understand. They're there to influence. So you have to have this money in order for there to be an influence. But at the same time, it's her business. If she's broke, she's broke. She's on the show. Let her collect her check so she's not broke anymore. Mind your own business, Marlo. Anyways, comment down below. What did you think of this episode? What did you think of the review? Did you get high with me? Did you smoke with me? Make sure you do it on the next video. I think I'm going to review Family or Finance. I really like that show. So I think I'm going to go ahead and review that next. And I will have another blunt to smoke. So yeah, let's do this together. And I might do a little get ready with me. My lights are on. Let me see. Because I'm trying to find new foundation and a new moisturizer to use. So I might do a get ready with me. I'm not sure. Anyways, enjoy your day. I will see you soon. Like, comment, and subscribe. Get high with me. Watch with me. Do whatever you want. Enjoy your day. Peace.